Hello, community. So this time around, I want to talk about Ubisoft, and today the fact that they announced that they got hacked. That in this case, it was simply people's usernames, their email addresses, and their encrypted passwords were taken. Since Ubisoft doesn't store or have any credit card information or any payment information, nothing like that was ever taken because there wasn't any. So in this case, that is the good thing compared to other things in the past. But it is bad the fact that once again we have a company where everything is linked together. It only took them getting into one site to get that allowed them access all the way into the company's account database, and they got people's information. So now they're asking people to change their password on Uplay because they got that information. And I wonder when people in general in the government in general are going to step up and say, you know what, you need to treat people's email information and their online information just as important as you treat people's like social security number or stuff like that. Very important stuff that these companies make these databases, they do these things, but that's it. Like example, a bank we've used for many years, when they had problems of people trying to break through their firewall, and they got through their firewall but didn't get anything, they started lighting more layers of security, and they kept adding layers of security for the next couple of years, just to be sure that nothing would happen. Well, in this case, these guys got hacked. And the other problem I have with these companies is, why does everything have to be interlinked together? Why do all these things, why are there no firewalls or no routers or nothing, layers of protection to make sure that it's hard to get this information? Because clearly it wasn't that hard. That these guys only took one site to get all the way to your account database inside your company. What are they doing to protect their stuff? I mean, okay, they announced that what happened, but now the real question should be asked, what protection do they have to protect you in the first place? And what are they going to do to make sure it doesn't happen again? Because they're not going to tell people what happened. But they ain't going to tell them how you're going to fix it. What are you going to do to ensure that myself as a player can go back to your site and use your stuff and not be worried this could happen? The funniest response to me about this whole thing in the comments I was reading about these stories, where people were saying, well, I might as well just buy the hacked version or the illegal version, because at least then I'm not attached to your Uplay and I can't get my stuff hacked and my information stolen. And that's the other thing these game developers got to understand. You want us to trust you with our stuff, you better go out of your way to protect it. If you want us to use your product, we should be treated with the highest level of importance. And again, it shows that we're not. Now, I know people are going to argue that, well, this day and age, nothing's perfect. Well, nothing's perfect, but when something like this happens, you got to give us a reason to make them think you fixed it. Okay, they got through one of your websites that got them access all the way down to the account database in your company. That is a major thing that shouldn't happen. So now they of course they won't say which website it was, and the only thing they said is they took down where they got access from, so they can't do it again. And they're making people change their password because they're just to be sure no one can get access to your account. More important thing is, forget the password, the fact they get access to your email address. Because a lot of people use their email address for everything. A lot of gamers haven't understood that you should really have an email address for your gaming and an email address for your personal stuff. Don't have them together. Because when something like this happens, now if they can get in your email address, they get all your information. Whatever personal stuff you get there you don't want people to know about, they get it. Well, of course, your password too, because if you use the same password, like most people use the same password for their accounts all across the line, they can get into anything that you have. They know they're going to try to use that password on your other stuff because they know more than not people use the same password. It's nature for people to use the same password for everything. That's why being online, you should have separate email addresses for separate things that you do. You should have your gaming separately. Have personal stuff separate. You should have YouTube separate. That's just like your passwords. You should have separate passwords for things that you do. That way, okay, if this gets compromised, okay, well, these are safe because the passwords are totally different. And then, besides the fact, you should change your passwords every so often. So, what do you think about the fact that Ubisoft got hacked? How do you feel about it? Do you think they should answer on what they've done to make people feel better about using Uplay, which I don't agree with Uplay anyway, just as much as but they have it. Love to hear your guys' thoughts on the subject. I'll talk to you guys in another video.